Welcome to the 7th season of WVIA's Scholastic Scrimmage, presented by Chesapeake Energy and our partner in education, the Northeastern Educational Intermediate Unit. I'm your co-host, Sarah Marie Polk. Scholastic Scrimmage is a question and answer competition featuring high school students from across the WVIA viewing area. In each program, 2 schools will compete in a tournament-style competition involving districts from the Luzerne, Central Susquehanna, Carbon-Lehigh, and Northeastern Educational Intermediate units for a chance to advance to the finals. The winning team from each of 3 brackets will compete in those finals for a chance to win $1,000, $3,000, or $5,000. WVIA, LIU, and NEIU would like to thank Chesapeake Energy for making this competition possible. Tonight's match features Dallas and Wyoming Valley West. Representing Dallas are Peter Shaver, Kelly Monahan, Alyssa Monahan, Sarah Bilski, and their advisor, Ms. Jessica Pasquini. Playing for Valley West are Mara Anastransky, Brian Novitsky, Veronica Zimmerman, Alex Severns, Kayla Gensel, and their advisor, Mr. Chris Wilski. Scholastic Scrimmage is a game of rapid recall of factual information. Let's take a minute and review the rules. The first team to buzz in will have an opportunity to answer the toss-up question. Correct answers to these questions are awarded 10 points, and that team will then receive a 5-point bonus question. If that toss-up answer is incorrect, no points will be deducted, but the question will then rebound to the other team. If the other team answers correctly, they will be given the toss-up points, but will not receive a bonus question. I would now like to introduce host Regina Myers, NEIU Curriculum Specialist. Hi, Regina.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. We have a returning champ and a new team. I think it's going to be another great match.
Yes, it's always exciting.
It is. Why don't we get started?
All right.
Good luck to both teams as we begin with a toss-up in mathematics. Find the reflection of the point 7, 5 through the point 4, 1. The correct answer is 1 and -3. Toss-up in social studies. President Obama's commission to figure out how to cut America's chronic deficit spending recommended removing all projects inserted by individual congressmen to benefit their home districts. Give the generic term for these projects. Alex, Valley West.
Earmark.
Earmark, Alex, is the correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in social studies. Give the famous phrase from Dwight Eisenhower's farewell address that concludes this sentence. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought by the... No answer? Okay, the correct answer is military-industrial complex. Toss-up in science. Japanese researchers now plan to receive some of its cells from a Russian laboratory, insert those cells into the egg cell of an elephant, and then implant the embryo to see if the elephant can bring it to term. Name this ancient ancestor of the elephant that became extinct at the end. Alex, Valley West.
Woolly mammoth.
Woolly mammoth is correct answer, Alex, and your bonus, Valley West, in science. It plots luminosity on its vertical axis and temperature on its horizontal axis. Identify this astronomical diagram, abbreviated HR, and named for the 2 men who developed it. No answer? The correct answer is Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. Toss-up in the arts. In the first act of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, a soothsayer tells Caesar, beware the Ides of... Alex, Valley West.
March.
March, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in the arts. Also in the first act of Julius Caesar, Caesar says that Cassius does what activity too much.
Feign.
Feign is incorrect. It is thinks. Toss-up in social studies. In business, give the term for the property or money you tell a lender that they can take if you don't make the payments on your loan. Peter Dallas.
Collateral.
Collateral, Peter's correct answer, and your bonus, Dallas, in social studies. What faculty member at England's Oxford University who was also a philosopher who taught Greek and rhetoric before writing an essay on human understanding?
Socrates?
Socrates is incorrect. It is John Locke. Toss up in the arts. During the last period of ancient Greek pottery, figures were often painted what color on a black background? Veronica Valley West?
Gold?
Gold is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas? No one? The correct answer is red. Toss up in pop culture. He is one of baseball's greats in spite of holding the career record for most games lost. What pitcher also holds the career records for most complete games, most innings pitched, and most games won with 511? That is Cy Young. Toss up in science. Early scientists named it for the Greek god Proteus that could change its shape. Name this single-celled organism. Kelly Dallas?
Protist?
Protist is incorrect. Rebound to Valley West? No one? The correct answer is amoeba. Toss up in mathematics. How many daffodils are needed if they are to be spaced every 6 inches surrounding a circular walkway with a 20-foot radius? Brian, Valley West?
39.
39 is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. You have 12 seconds. The correct answer is 251. Toss up in language arts. If it is used before a noun, it is termed attributive. If used after a noun, it is called predicative. Identify this part of speech that might describe a noun as, for example, cold, ugly. Alex, Valley West.
Adjective.
Adjective, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in language arts. One was painted by Robert Motherwell in honor of the former Spanish Republic, while others were written by great poets when a close friend died. Name this type of poetry, whose examples include William Cullen Bryant's Thanatopsis and W. H. Auden's In Memory of W. B. Yeats.
A memoir.
Memoir is incorrect. It is an elegy. Toss up in social studies. Like France, it considers itself to have had 5 republics and is currently in its 5th. Name this Asian nation that, unlike France, has had presidents named Corazon Aquino, Gloria Arroyo, and President Benigno Alex, Valley West?
Philippines.
Philippines, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in social studies. Lasting from 202 BC to AD 220, it is often divided into Western and Eastern periods. Name this Chinese dynasty that held power for 200 years before Christ and 200 after him.
What is the Han Dynasty?
Han Dynasty, Alex, is correct answer for your bonus points, Valley West. Toss up in the arts. Recently added to America's National Film Registry, what was the name of the first film that starred Peter Sellers as the bumbling police inspector Clouseau? Mara, Valley West?
The Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther, Mara's correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in the arts. Name the movie director whose classic films include It Happened One Night, Arsenic and Old Lace, and the Christmas favorite, It's a Wonderful Life.
Scorsese.
Scorsese is incorrect. It is Frank Capra. Toss up in social studies. What investment firm founded by John Bogle has become famous for its low-cost index mutual funds? Alex, Valley West?
Goldman & Sachs.
Goldman & Sachs is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas? No one? The correct answer is Vanguard. Toss up in science. More electrically conductive than any other element except silver, its Latin name means from the island of Cyprus because that's where the Romans got most of theirs from. Name this metallic element that is a component of both brass and bronze. Alex, Valley West?
Copper.
Copper, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West, in science. Like other alkanes, combusting ethane produces water and carbon dioxide. Using the smallest possible integer values, give the correctly balanced chemical equation for this reaction.
I guess.
No one?
No.
Okay, the correct answer is 2C2H6 plus 7O2 yields 6H2O plus 4CO2. Toss up in language arts. The poems Locksley Hall and In Memoriam AHH were written by what British poet now buried in Westminster Abbey's Poets' Corner? Alex, Valley West.
Alexander Pope.
Pope is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. Peter?
Oliver Wright or
Oliver Wright is incorrect. It is Alfred Lord Tennyson. Toss up in mathematics. In a pail are 4 red and 6 white balls. What is the probability of drawing 2 red balls on successive random draws without replacement? Brian, Valley West.
16 out of 100.
16 out of 100 is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. You have 12 seconds. The correct answer is 2 out of 15. Toss up in mathematics. To solve the inequality negative 4x is less than 24, you must divide both sides by negative 4. What step must you perform after that in order? Veronica, Valley West.
You must change the less than sign to greater than sign.
Is a correct answer, Veronica, and your bonus, Valley West, in mathematics. A corporation's annual taxable income is $300,000. The federal corporate income tax rate is 40%, and the state corporate income tax rate is 5%. If state taxes are not part of federal income, how much should the corporation pay in federal income taxes? Alex?
120,000.
120,000 is incorrect. It is 114,000. Our next toss-up question is a video question taken from Ken Burns' The Civil War. Let's take a look.
He was brittle, nervous, often unable to sleep, and partly blind in one eye. Accustomed to being obeyed, he scorned the bargaining that made democratic government work. Sam Houston said he was as cold as a lizard and ambitious as Lucifer. Like Lincoln, he was a Kentuckian, the son of an itinerant farmer. But he had been educated at West Point, fought in Mexico, and served as Secretary of War. As senator from Mississippi, he resisted secession as long as he could. But when his state withdrew from the Union, he headed home to his plantation, Briarfield, south of Vicksburg.
It's this man who served as the first and only president of the Confederate States of America. Peter, Dallas?
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson's incorrect. Rebound to Valley West. Maura?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson is incorrect. It is Jefferson Davis. Toss up in social studies. The late Warren Christopher was Deputy Secretary of State under what president when he helped to arrange the release of United States hostages from Iran? Alex, Valley West.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan's incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. No one? The correct answer is Jimmy Carter. The sound that you heard means we have reached the halfway point in our competition, so why don't we update our score? We have Wyoming Valley West with 85 points and Dallas with 10, and I'm going to turn it over to Sarah, who's going to introduce us to all of you.
Great, thank you, Regina. That's right, we're going to get to know our teams a little bit better during this halftime round, and we're going to start off with our team from Dallas. Peter, why don't we start off with you? Why don't you tell us, how was your team chosen for Scholastic Scrimmage?
Well, we have a club during our activity period, and then people came, and there was only like 5, and then the other person didn't show up today, so.
All right, so you guys were the lucky 4 who got to play. Well, we appreciate you being here, and congratulations. And Kelly, why don't you tell us, how did you guys prepare for today's game of scrimmage?
Well, during our activity period, our advisor had a packet of questions that she compiled, and they were just the trivia questions, basically, like we have here, and we just went through a couple rounds, and that's how we practiced.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Alyssa, why don't you tell me, what are some of your favorite subject questions to answer during the game of Scholastic Scrimmage?
I'd have to say math and science, more specifically biology, although we're very strong in history.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you very much. And Sarah, as team captain, why don't you tell me what is the most exciting or maybe the most challenging thing about the game of Scholastic Scrimmage?
Well, we're very competitive, so it's really exciting when we win.
Okay.
We just love
I
to
could
win.
see that. Yes. All right. Thank you. And what do you think is like the most challenging part of the whole process?
Just preparing for the questions, because there's such a wide range of things that can be asked, so it's hard to cover all of the topics.
Sure. That is a great answer. All right. Well, thank you guys very much, and good luck to all of you in the second round.
Thank you.
All right. Now getting to know our team from Valley West over here a little bit better. Mara, why don't we start off with you? Why don't you tell us, how was your team chosen for Scholastic Scrimmage?
We were chosen through our teachers recommended kids that participate a lot in class and seem to have like a good understanding of the subjects. And our team also has a wide balance of interests from like history. There's some people that are stronger in history and science, so we thought that would work well together.
Sounds great. That's a good way to put together a team. So you had a strategy, right? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Brian, why don't you tell us, how did you guys prepare for today's game?
We watched the previous scrimmages to see how the questions were and what kind of questions to expect, so we would be ready.
Okay, well, it looks like it's paying off so far. So thank you very much. Veronica, why don't you tell me what are some of your favorite questions to answer during the game of scrimmage?
Well, I personally love the questions about English and literature because I love to read and I love English class.
Okay, I was going to say, are those your favorite classes in school?
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch out for you on those questions then here today. And Alex, why don't you go ahead and tell me, what do you think is the most exciting or maybe the most challenging thing about the game of Scholastic Scrimmage?
Probably the most exciting thing is when you can guess an answer based on like a few words, like, and you know, cut the question off right in the middle before anyone else can answer. And if you get it right, then it's really exciting.
Okay, so cutting in the middle of a question is kind of the most exciting thing for you.
Yes, or before the middle of the question.
Or before,
yes.
Okay, preferably before, right? Okay, and getting the answer right, I'm assuming. Okay, all right, that's a great answer to me. Thank you guys so much, and good luck to all of you in the second round. All right, Regina, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you, Sarah. Good luck to both teams as we get started in the second half with a toss-up in science. When it is used on a campout, it is called roasting because it uses dry heat to cook food. Name this cooking technique used to make cookies and cakes that uses the dry heat. Alex, Valley West.
Baking?
Baking, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus Valley West in science. It usually has a removable head that is changed out for different crops. After being used on a field, it often leaves straw behind that either can be chopped and spread on the field or baled and used for livestock. Name this large machine that allows grain to be reaped, bound, and threshed in a single step.
Is it a scythe or a plow? A scythe?
A scythe is incorrect. It is a combine. Toss up in science. The speed of a 5-kilogram object is increasing at 2 meters per second. Calculate the force created by the object. Alex, Valley West.
What is 10?
Can you be more specific?
10 kilogram meters per second.
10 kilogram meters per second is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. Sarah.
10 newtons.
10 newtons is the correct answer for your rebound points, Dallas. Toss up in language arts. Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love, was known to the Romans by what name? Alex, Valley West.
Venus.
Venus, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus Valley West in language arts. The character Figaro appears in the plays and operas The Barber of Seville and The Marriage of Figaro. Name the Frenchman who wrote the plays.
No answer.
No answer? Okay. The correct answer is Pierre Beaumarchais. Toss up in social studies. Which United States president was elected in 1920 using the campaign slogan, "Return to Normalcy"? Alex, Valley West?
Hoover.
Hoover is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. Now one. The correct answer is Warren G. Harding. Toss up in the arts. In the 1880s, he served as the bandmaster for England's Worcester Lunatic Asylum. In 1911, he was awarded the Order of Merit after the premiere of his Second Symphony. Name this British composer of The Dream of Gerontis, The Enigma Variations, and Pomp and Circumstance. That is Sir Edward Elgar. Toss up in the arts. Which Latin music style shares its name with a type of spicy dipping? Alex, Valley West.
Salsa.
Salsa is correct answer, Alex, and your bonus Valley West in the arts. Name the man who spent 9 years as an attorney in San Francisco before creating the current comic strip Pearls Before Swine. No one? Okay, the correct answer is Stefan Pastis. Toss-up in science. The inner core of the Earth is thought to be about 85% iron and 15% what metallic element used in making 5-cent pieces? Alex, Valley West.
Copper.
Copper is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. Kelly?
Nickel.
Nickel's correct answer for your rebound points, Dallas. Toss up in language arts. I'll read a sentence. You tell the number of commas it should contain, as seen on the monitor. Michael Smith, MD, will speak after Jenny Jones, PhD, has spoken, won't he? Sarah, Dallas?
5.
5 is correct answer, Sarah, and your bonus, Dallas, in language arts. Begun by Native American tribes who hid their weapons to mark a peace agreement, it is still literally done at the end of each election season in Delaware when opposing politicians do it to symbolically agree to forget their differences and work together. Give this 3-word figure of speech.
Bury the hatchet.
Bury the hatchet is correct answer for your bonus points, Dallas. Toss up in social studies. In 1877, England's Queen Victoria also became empress of what large Asian... Alex, Valley
India.
West. I'm sorry?
India.
India is correct answer, Alex, and your bonus in social studies, Valley West. At his death in November 1916, he had reigned as emperor for 68 years. Name this Austrian ruler and husband to Empress Elizabeth. No answer? The correct answer is Franz Joseph. Toss up in social studies. Name the town in Texas that shares its name with the city that was the home of Germany's government from 1919 to 1933. Alex, Valley West.
Munich.
Munich is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. Toss up in pop culture. What NHL franchise that won back-to-back Stanley Cups in 1991 and 1992 with Mario Lemieux has also won...
The
Mara?
Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'm sorry?
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Mara's correct answer for your bonus or for your toss-up point. And your rebound, I'm sorry, your bonus question is a bonus in pop culture. The world's largest tennis stadium is the New York City facility named for what African-American tennis great who died of AIDS in 1993? No one? The correct answer is Arthur Ashe. Toss up in science. How many compartments does a cow's stomach have? Sarah, Dallas.
3.
3 is incorrect. Rebound to Valley West. No one? Veronica?
2.
2 is incorrect. The correct answer is 4. Toss up in language arts. What baseball poem by Ernest Lawrence Thayer ends with "No joy in Mudville" because as the winning run out the plate, the title character was struck out? Sarah, Dallas.
Casey at the plate.
Casey at the plate is incorrect. Rebound to Valley West. No one? The correct answer is Casey at the bat. Toss up in current events. Insurrections in this country by civilians and defected soldiers in February 2011 sought the removal of Colonel Muammar al-Gaddafi. Name Alex, Valley West.
Libya.
Libya is correct answer, Alex, and your bonus, Valley West, in current events. What team won their 13th league championship more than any other team in the NFL in February 2011 when they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 45 at 31-25 in the most watched television broadcast ever?
Packers.
Packers is correct answer, Alex, for your bonus points. Toss up in social studies. It now costs nearly $2 per pound and has had harvests in the United States and Australia have combined with export restrictions by India. Name this plant whose high cost will raise clothing prices some 10% during 2011. Alex, Valley West?
Cotton.
Cotton, Alex, is correct answer, and your bonus, Valley West in social studies. She became better known in 2011 when she gave a response to President Obama's State of the Union address on the Tea Party Express website. Name this founder of the House of Representatives Tea Party Caucus and first Republican Congresswoman from Minnesota.
It was Michelle Bachmann.
Michelle Bachmann's correct answer, Alex, for your bonus points, Valley West. Toss up in the arts. Against a brownish background and wearing brown shoes, he stares proudly at the river. Identify this title subject of a Thomas Gainsborough painting thought to be his friend Jonathan Buttall, who is clothed primarily in one color. It is the blue boy. Toss-up in social studies. The most recent United Nations Climate Change Conference was held in this city that is also the #1 spring break destination for American tourists. Identify this resort city on the Caribbean Sea and on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula that forms part of the so-called Mayan Riviera. It is Cancun. Toss-up in science. In chemistry, if the enthalpy for a reaction is negative 500 kilojoules per mole, reversing the reaction will change the enthalpy value to what? Mara, Valley West?
Positive 5,000 kilograms per mole. Kilojoules per mole.
Is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas? No one? The correct answer is positive 500 kilojoules per mole. Toss-up in language arts. The tragic mythological love story of Pyramus and Thisbe, told somewhat in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, is specifically performed by Bottom, Quince, Snout, and the rest of the rustics for the Duke as part of what Shakespeare comedy? Alex, Valley West?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is correct answer, Alex, and your bonus Valley West in language arts. What classic British mystery novel begins with the sentence, "Last night I dreamt I went to Manderley again"?
You guys know. The Hound of Baskervilles.
Hound of the Baskervilles is incorrect. It is Rebecca. Toss-up in mathematics. A true one requires 4 dimensions, but the 3D ones still look pretty cool. Name this item made theoretically by sewing 2 Mobius strips together to create a one-sided figure with no boundary. Alex, Valley West?
It's a plane.
A plane is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas? No one? The correct answer is a Klein bottle. Toss-up in science. A Chinese supercomputer has developed a way to create something called T-carbon by replacing the individual atoms of this substance with pyramids of carbon atoms instead. Name this material with a value of 10 on the Mohs scale, the hardest natural substance known to man. Alex, Valley West.
Diamond.
Diamond, Alex, is correct answer on your bonus Valley West in science. It usually has a diameter of only about 20 kilometers, but is more massive than the Sun because of its high density. Name this astronomical result of a supernova explosion that causes its central region to collapse under gravity, combining its protons and electrons together.
A neutron star.
A neutron star, Alex, is correct answer for your bonus points, Valley West. Toss-up in the arts. His painting, Woman with a Hat, led to his being considered a founder of Fauvism. Name this 20th century French painter. Alex.
Vermeer.
Vermeer is incorrect. Rebound to Dallas. No one? The correct answer is Matisse. That sound that you heard means we've reached the end of the game, so let's update our final score. We have Valley West with 190 points and Dallas with 45 points. Congratulations, Valley West. You're the winner of this match. We'll see you at the next round of WVIA's Scholastic Scrimmage. I'm Regina Myers, and for Sarah Marie Polk and myself, thank you for watching.